Hello everyone, welcome back to this art channel. Today I'm doing a DIY gummy bear hair clips. So to start off, I picked up some plastic resin gummy bears that I purchased online. I think you can pick it up at your local art store or AliExpress as well. I got these ones here. They actually come in many different sizes online. So these are like the medium size. I particularly got ones that didn't have the pinhole on the top because I was gonna glue them on the hair clip anyways, so I don't really care for the pinhole on top. So here my first task is to line up all the gummy bears and figure out like how many gummy bears should I have per hair clip, and also what color combinations do I want to put together for the gummy bears. Now for hair clips, I have like many different sizes and colors I picked up online. There are these gold ones here, which my daughter didn't really love as much. She really loved like vibrant, fun colors because her being younger, she would love these colors for sure. So I got some smaller ones and some larger ones as well. And then I had them like purchased where they actually have fabric lined on top. It's like ribbon, so it's easier for you to glue onto fabric as opposed to metal. So you can see the bottom actually is not covered with the ribbon itself, but the top is. So those are the smaller ones. So I'm planning on making some smaller ones and also some of these larger ones too. These larger ones are roughly around 4.5 centimeters. I thought they were like a good length. And then I can put probably like 3 or 4 gummy bears on top of each of these hair clips. So I think those will be my primary plan for making my gummy bear hair clips. Here you're gonna see me lining up like the different gummy bears to figure out like, do the colors work together and what order do I want it in, how does it fit on the clip. The other thing you want to think about is like which side is the hair gonna part for the little girl. Is it gonna be on the left and the right? And that makes a difference in terms of like which way you're gonna glue the gummy bears on top. Is going to be on the left and the right, and that's something that I didn't really think about until I started digging deeper into like doing these clips, because I did it for a bunch of little ones for my daughter, and then I realized, oh no, she actually parts her hair the other way, so it doesn't really make sense. So that is something I would recommend considering if you are pondering whether it's to put on the left and the right, just to pay attention to which way the intended child will be parting the hair. So here are the gummy bears. I'm showing you now that there is like a 0.5 or 1 millimeter difference for some of the gummy bears, but there are larger ones that you can pick up. As you can see here, these are the larger ones. This is a finished piece, and here are the smaller ones. So like the smaller ones are quite a bit smaller. I've been using the larger one. They're generally sized like 12 by 19 millimeters, and the thickness is roughly around 8 millimeters. So I choose to do the larger ones just because I think they look a lot nicer, and like they amount to a little bit more when you put on the clip. So here's like a finished one here. So I have a total of 4 gummy bears for these 12 by 19 millimeter ones, and they're on top of a 4.5 centimeter clip. You can see that the last bear actually goes on top of the hinge, so may make it a little bit harder for you to kind of open up the hair clip. So you can do like a row of 4, a row of 2. Here are the different combinations that I worked with, and these are all under the recommendation of my child about what color she would like. And then I just like add some minor changes in terms of tweaking the order of the bears. They're just really cute, and they're a fan favorite for a lot of like birthday parties and gifts for friends and family as well. And the kids can also participate in choosing the colors they want and like combinations that they would like, and they can be proud that they participated in the process. I also use these wooden clothes clip to kind of clip the teddy bears on after I glue them, and this is the glue that I use. I picked it up on AliExpress, but you can pick it up at your local art store. It's the B7000. I love the fine tip, and there's a needle on the top of the lid so that like you know that the outlet for the glue is never going to be plugged up. And like when I'm done, I just put the lid back in, screw it back on, and I can use it another time. I find that they actually last quite a long time. I think this tube alone I've used for at least 2 years now, but With that said, I'm not using it regularly. This is a 25 mil volume, but there's like larger tubes and smaller tube. I thought this is like a good medium size tube that I use. That's great for like in between. If you're looking for things that are like great for one-time use, there's like 3 mil ones that you can use. At this time, I actually don't get the kids involved in the gluing process because my little ones are a little bit smaller and this can get really messy. Glue is quite sticky, so you don't want it to stick everywhere. So right now I'm doing it on top of like a white mat that can easily just wipe and wash off, so not right on the table. I also pick up these like cellophane sleeves. You can see on some of these bears, I always double check to make sure like the bears are on properly. I don't want them to fall off and the toddler might be really sad that they lost a gummy bear. Or like at the same time, I don't want them to fall off and some kid finds it and they end up choking on it. It's like a choking hazard. So I always double check, triple check, quadruple check to make sure that they're on properly. And the gluing process, I usually take a week to finish a hair clip, and I'll explain why. So the first time I glue it on, I leave it on my desk to curate for 48 hours or so. I sometimes would use these wooden clothespin to kind of hold them in place. And then after 48 hours after the glue curates, I double check like I'm showing you here. And then I might notice some gaps or looseness. Then I'll add more glue on. And then I wait another 48 hours and then I triple check. And then if it's still a bit loose, like this one here, I'll add a little bit more glue on. And that's why I spend like a full week usually making hair clips, just to make sure that they are like child safe and nothing's gonna come loose. And in general, I haven't had many issues with this triple check process. I don't know if you buy them commercially, if people are that stringent about double checking that they're on properly. But for me, like, I feel like anything I'm gonna gift or like anything I give to my own child, I want to make sure that it's like done properly and it's safe for them. So here you can see I'm double checking. So out of the 4 bears, I find that consistently the one that I struggle with the most is the one that's on top of the last one, as you can see here, on top of the hinge where I would open up the clip. That's because there's like this portion that kind of bends upwards, so it's not like a flat portion. So that's the one that I usually need to add extra glue on. I think if you are worried about like it not gluing properly, the best way may be to truncate the number of bears that you put on top of the hair clip. But from experience, my kids alone, they love having more bears. The more bears, the merrier for hair clips. So I usually try to fit as many as I can. So the great thing about this glue, as you can see, has like a needle thin point, so you can really like push it into like thin gaps and fill it in with glue. So you can see here how I kind of put it in behind the gummy and I hold it, and then afterwards I would use a wooden clothespin to kind of like hold it in place. So here, like you can see, most of the issues are associated with the last bear that is on like the non-flattened area of the clip. Again, if you want to avoid this, just put less barrels on and then you won't have this problem. And here I'm just double checking, and I just want to show you how the process looks like. The great thing about this glue is actually clear. With the translucency of the gummy bears, it kind of works out that you won't see residual glue that will stick out here and there. So here with the last one, I think everything looks good. So I'll just put the lid back on, make sure I seal it tight so that the glue won't dry over time. It'll be ready to use right away. So I don't have to warm up the glue or anything like that. So here I'm just lining up. I want to show you the stack of cardstock that I also picked up on AliExpress that I already pre-cut. Of course, you can just like grab cardstock at Michael's or your local art store to make these as well, but I guess I was just lazy. I just picked them up online. And they also come with these cellophanes. So here you can see for some of the ones that I didn't have to fix, I'll show you how they look like as I clip them on top of the paper. They already have like slits cut into the cardstock, so you can just clip the pins in. And then you can also like write words and designs on these DIY hair clips. If you're planning on gifting them, this is like a great way to do it. Here I'm just pairing them up, trying to figure out like if I'm giving it to a child, which color combination would be nice, if it's like a large one and a small one. Here you can see for the cardstock I wrote down "Made with Love" by SYL, yours truly. And then the slits are there already, and I just kind of clip it in, and that's how it looks like. Here's a closer look. I think it looks really beautiful. I had fun doing it, the kids had fun choosing their gummy bears, and hopefully the recipient will like it too. So for these one, we're doing it for my son's birthday friends from daycare, so hopefully they will like it, and I'll put them in the plastic sleeves. I also made some extra ones of these rabbits that I did with pom-poms. Those are also really cute, so you'll see some of that in the background as well. So here is how it looks like on the packaging. Of course, this is all extra. You don't necessarily need to do the packaging if you don't want to, but I think it just looks aesthetically like a lot cleaner. But yeah, I now want to show you a closer look at how the hair clips look like in person, a little bit closer. Here are the finished products, and you'll see some of the gummy bears with the 2 gummy bears, some with the 4 gummy bears in a row. I love the kind of bubbly bubblegum color, candy colors, and then these rabbits with pom-poms on it are also really cute. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this DIY gummy hair clip experience. Most of my supplies I picked up on AliExpress or the dollar store, or you can pick it up at your local art store, but it's pretty easy to do and it's a lot of fun. Saves a lot of money as well. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time in another crafting video. Take care and stay creative, everyone. Bye for now.